I haven't really played all that much this week. I played a little bit of Darkest Dungeon 2 now that it's hit
Ooh,
1.0.
did you buy that
Mhm.
originally? Like
I
when it
did.
first came? Okay, right.
I spent about £7 on that game, I think, total.
I remember you streaming that.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I did for a bit, didn't I?
How are you finding that?
I can't. I'm struggling to get into it.
I
I'm gonna be
I,
honest.
I I've tried. I don't think I like it.
No, it's the. It's like, to be fair, I keep playing it really late at night. Like I'll always be like, video rendering, and it's like half 11, time to boot up a run for Darkest Dungeon. So my patience for learning this game is probably not at a really big, um, I'm not probably not giving it the concentration it
Yeah.
requires because like there's a bunch of times where I've been like tempted to take a screenshot of what I'm looking at and just been like, there's just too much on the screen right now. There is so many stats and numbers and symbols. And I'm like, I can't be bothered. I
Yeah.
just can't be bothered. And it's like, it's one thing when it was a persistent uh RPG, like more, persistent party and characters where it was like, I'm gonna get to know what this character does and what this, but like where it's run based, I always get to a boss where I'm just like, there's like 100 symbols under them, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just sod it, just
Just
hit him. I don't
just
know,
don't
I
care.
don't
Just
care.
yeah. Just attack.
Just get it over with. And I think it's compounded by the fact that progress in this is, you get this meta currency for doing basically anything in the game.
Candles.
Um, Candles, yeah, candles of hope or something. And that's all for like, so it's like 50% like permanent upgrades and 50% like you're just kind of unlocking more stuff, like more
Yeah.
characters and things like that, like new items and stuff. Um, but I always go for a run and I'll beat the first like couple of areas and then I'll just get to a point where I'm like, I'm just gonna cash out and just see what
I had the
what the
same. I had
next
the
couple of
same
unlocks.
thing. I had the
And I
exact
feel
same
like,
thing.
and I just feel like that's, if I'm getting like bored of a run before it's even over, like what am I really
Mhm.
into this sort of
Yeah.
thing?
It's like I know I've got enough candles to unlock something, and
Yeah.
I just don't have, because this game is. I think it's because this game is just so oppressive. It's just like I
Yeah.
cannot be bothered to push through for 10 more candles when I can just quit now and get something.
Yeah.
Maybe that
And
goes over time when you literally just don't have enough currency to get the intro stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it sounds
But
like you had a similar experience to me.
it's weird because I played a lot of the first one. Now, to be fair, I never finished the first one, so maybe this got the
Yeah,
same, but yeah, I don't know. Like, just there's just so much stuff happening, and then I get to a boss, and it's like, um, there'll be like a trick to beating this boss, right? And I'll be like, oh, I have to do this, and it's like, no, you don't. You had to do something else, and the boss just kills my whole party, and I'm just like, sure.
yeah. I end up thinking like, am
Uh,
I like missing some like meta thing that would help here, or do I need more character upgrades, or am I literally just bad and I have to work out how this game works? It's kind of
yeah, and in the first one, it was all about managing like, it was very slow paced, and it was like, I'm gonna manage. Oh, my character's picked up this thing. Can I live with this? Like, oh, he's scared of the dark or something, and it's like, can I live with that? Am I gonna bench him while I fix this?
yeah.
Sort of thing. And that was interesting. I kind of enjoyed that. And this one is just kind of like, oh, your guy freaks out, and I'm like, am I just gonna struggle through this roguelike run for another like hour with this guy who's kind of a dead weight now, or should I just fucking,
Just start
you
again.
know, throw the run and just start again? Like, I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't have any investment in these characters.
Well,
It's
it's the thing of, it's almost, I don't know like how deep you want to try and dive into this, but it's almost like they give you the same structure of try to keep your characters alive as much as possible. People, you want them to survive, but then the meta progression the first game had of, your characters coming in and out with you is gone. So it's like, well, if I'm going to lose them anyway,
yeah, exactly.
so there's
Yeah,
no sense of like danger that I'm gonna lose this character
yeah,
because they're gonna die in it. They're gonna lose them anyway.
That's it.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's a shame that this game isn't as good because I remember people loved the first one. Like,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
I don't think it's
yeah,
bad.
like
I don't think it's bad. I just think I
yeah,
don't like it.
I don't think it's bad, and I can respect their like, hey, we're not going to make just the same game again, but like more stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We're going to make something completely different, and they can exist alongside each other, and that's fine. You can just play one or the other. You don't have to like both. And it's like, yeah, I respect that. I just don't like this one.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Darkest Dungeon 3, I think.
Do you think it should be called Darkest Dungeon 2 at this point? Should you call it like
it should have been like
Darkest Journey or
a Darkest Dungeon story?
just Darkest
Yeah.
something, because it's very different outside the combat. It's very different to the first game, to the point where I could understand if someone was upset because they bought it and they're like, what the fuck? It's completely different.
This might be dumb of me, but I'm like, I think someone was like, "Oh, we could design the logo like this, where it's the D plus also it's the torch, you know." And it's like, "Oh, that's really cool. Let's just do this."
We can't call it Darkest Dungeon 2. Yeah, but look at this logo I made. Oh, that's fucking sick.
Went the logo first. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like everything about the presentation, the art, the music, the combat is still really good once you're doing it. It's just, I think the rapping this time is just like it's not. It doesn't do it for me this time. It's weird.
They have perfectly taken the sprites.
Oh, Jay-Z.
Not sprites, but like the art 2D art assets from the first game, and translated them into 3D. I think it looks amazing.
This game looks gorgeous. Yeah.
Did a great job there.
But I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
This game, I feel like, at least for me, will be a game I come back to in 3 years' time and be like, yeah, sure, why not? And then I'll get really into it.
or what will happen is that someone will put a YouTube video up that's like, you all slept on Darkest Dungeon 2. It'll be like a 30-minute. This is why it's cool. I'll watch that and be like, oh, and then then I'll play it. But yeah, that's all. I might give it another go. I don't know. There's so much to play right now. And this just isn't grabbing me.